Today we're going to make a beautiful, delicious looking pink Candyland fake apple. So to begin, you are going to need a fake apple. I do have these in my shop, but you can get them on Amazon, Hobby Lobby, I don't know where else, probably a lot of places. And you're going to cut out that stem, and I'm just poking an extra hole with my scissors. And then I'm going to fit a dowel in there that is small enough where I can put a paper straw over it. That's usually like a 3/16. This fake apple is styrofoam, so I'm using my hot knife in it, and I'm just boring a hole in there so I can put in the dowel. So now I'm just taking some tin snips and I am cutting the dowel so that it fits the straw. So now I'm just taking some white chalk paint from Michael's, and that's because I want a white apple and I really want the paint to hide it, and chalk paint is the best for that. So once your apple is completely dry, that chalk paint is completely dry, you can go ahead and mix up some resin. This is my favorite. It's by Tea Expert. I believe that's their name. I will link it in the description. But it's crystal clear. It's very little odor. I really like it. It has a lot of surface tension. It's one of the best resins that I've ever used. But it's just a 1-to-1 ratio. And you just mix it thoroughly, and then you just pour it on your project. And you'll have to excuse my resin cup. I do recycle my resin cups, and it had some dried resin with some gold glitter in it, so it doesn't look the best, but it's totally dry. It won't affect my project. Next, I'm just gonna add a little dab of acrylic paint. You do wanna be careful when adding acrylic to your resin because it can change it sometimes. I've had it come out really bendy when I did that. Just use a little bit. You don't need to use a lot of white. It does make it pretty opaque and milky. So you're just gonna put in a couple of drops and then see. I did end up adding 2 or 3 more drops of the white acrylic paint to get the color that I wanted. Next, I'm just adding some cosmetic grade mica powder, which I can link in the comments. I just got it on Amazon. I just wanted to add a little shimmer. And now I'm adding a little bit of glitz. It's fine glitter. It's from Michael's. It's the white with the iridescent sparkles in it. So this is just a piece of silicone. I cut it out of my silicone mat that had a lot of wear and tear on it, so I wanted to use it for this project. So I cut out a circle to fit, and I just put it in the bottom there, and that is so I can pour my resin over the apple and it will pool on the bottom and look more like an authentic caramel apple, although this thing is completely whimsical and not realistic at all. And so what you're gonna do is take your white resin and you're just gonna start dripping and pouring it over the apple. And I'm using a little silicone cup here, and I'm pouring it over the cup where I have all the resin in there so it can just drip into there. And you just want to make sure you thoroughly cover your apple completely, getting any spots or anything like that. Make sure that it's completely covered. And then you're just gonna put it into the cup with the silicone bottom and let it dry overnight. Now this is up to you, but while it's wet, you can put more glitter on it. I'm putting a little bit of chunky glitter on it. It's one of my favorites. It's from Hobby Lobby. It's called Snow Swirl. So I let it dry overnight, and what I'm doing is sort of a process that people who make resin tumblers do. So I'm going to go ahead and sand down the apple because some of the glitter is sticking out. It's not very smooth. And I'm going to use UV resin this time and to make the coating more shiny and to make it completely smooth. And then I'm going to go ahead and dry that with a UV lamp. This is a 120 watt lamp. It's probably much higher than it needs to be for UV resin. And I will link it in the comments though, but some UV resin does come with like a 12 watt lamp to help you dry your project. And you can see I'm using my junk scissors here, not my fabric scissors. And I'm just cutting off the excess resin. And then I am sanding it a little bit and trimming it a little bit more just to make it smooth, a little smooth pool down there. So this is Mr. Resin. It's my most favorite resin. I get it on Amazon and I will put the link in the description. So I'm just using the bottle and squeezing some around, and I'll let gravity take some of it and I'll spread it. Here's my lamp. Yes, it has craft residue all over it. I'm sorry. So anyway, I'm just gonna dry that for about a minute until the coating is all solid. Next, I'm adding my fake puffy paint sauce. You can use puffy paint here. I don't like puffy paint because it doesn't stay puffy after it dries. I will link the video for this recipe, for this fake sauce, in the description. So the puffy paint sauce does dry very quickly, so if you want glitter, you have to do it right away. So I'm just using more of that glitz iridescent glitter, the fine glitter from Michaels again. Now I'm just using some fake sprinkles. I believe I got these from Play Code 3, but there's lots of places you can buy them on Etsy. Now it's time to make the bow, and I'm just using some ribbon I found. It's some pink, it's like dark pink gingham, and it was at Dollar Tree. I'm making a little faux bow. I'm just making the 2 loops. I'm going to use a pipe cleaner to secure the center, and then I'm going to glue a little piece of fabric over the middle to cover that. Next, I cut another little piece of the ribbon, and I'm just covering up the straw so that if the piece is turned around, it's nice and finished looking. And now I'm just hot gluing the bow to it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you think in the comments, or if you have any questions. You can also find me on Facebook. There's a wonderful community of fake bakers there, and we are having 2 big Christmas in July events this week, and I hope you'll join me. I'm the Lollipop Lady. Thank you.